Hello, I'm Clay Hauser. I am responsible for Team 15's mapping drone. The mapping drone is a flying drone that hovers over an elephant habitat and identifies locations for divots that need to be filled, feces that needs to be picked up, or food that needs locations for food to be dispersed. Um, our sensors that we have, this LED represents a camera. Um, there's no point where we would really want the camera to be off while this drone is operating, so it's just hooked up directly to the power. And then um, Tinkercad does not have a gyroscope, so we had to make do with these tilt sensors to represent the forward, backward, and left and right tilt. And then we have our 4 DC motors that are going to keep it in the air. And finally, this makeshift controller. Obviously, we wouldn't want the controller to be hooked up directly to the Arduino for a real drone, but for the purposes of just getting input during a simulation, this should be just fine. So if we start our simulation, we can see we get enter end when you are finished, just letting the operator know how to end the program. And then we have our 4 motors all at the same power or at the same RPM, just keeping the drone hovering in place. Our camera is on. So if we affect the tilt, these sensors can only go one way. So when we do this, it's simulating we're tilted too far back. So the back motors pick up a little bit in power, and then the front motors turn off until it's able to come back to level, and then it resumes. And then if we tilt too far to the left, the same thing happens. The right side motors will turn off, and the left side motors will pick up until it's able to come back to level. And then if both happen, if we're too far to the back and to the right or to the left, all 3 of these motors will stay on while this one turns off, while these ones catch up. And then with our controller, these 4 buttons control the direction, so front, back, left, and right. So if we say we want to go to the left, you can see the motors on the left side of the drone decrease in power while the right side pick up. So we tilt slightly to the left and veer and get propelled to the left. The same thing happens for going forward. The front motors reduce in power a little bit, and then we get propelled forward. Backwards, the same thing happens. And finally, going to the right, we have the same thing. These 3 buttons are where the operator will identify the locations and store the locations of food, feces, or divots that need to be sent to the other drones. So if we click the divot button, we will see we get the divot location stored as a GPS location. And then for feces, we would get the feces location stored, and finally, location for food to be dispersed. And then if we enter end, we can see that it sends the locations to the feeding and cleaning drones, and it sends the startup signal to the cleaning drone, so the cleaning drone knows to wake up and go to these locations and start doing the cleaning. And here is my code. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.